Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Pisces in July 2021. What's going on, Pisces? How are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing well. Friends, wherever you are in the world right now, I hope you are safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Please continue to take very good care of yourselves and those that you know and love, okay? Pisces, no announcements here in July. If you celebrated the 4th of July here, Independence Day in the States, or anywhere else in the world, I hope you had a great time. Had a nice, tasty, barbecued hot dog or hamburger. If you're really fancy, like a nice grilled rib. Oh, I wish. Anyway, but if you did any of that stuff, I hope you had a good time. If you're celebrating anything else in the month of July, birthdays, other holidays, celebrations, I'm all for it. Please do so safely and enjoy yourselves, okay? Pisces, anything you want from me, it's in the description box below. Timestamp is down there. Information on how to purchase a personal reading from me is down there. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, there's a link for that down below as well, okay? Pisces, that's the start of your reading. We're going to get into it in just a second. But just to let you know, we're going to... I don't know why I'm saying it that way, but whatever. We'll be clarifying and getting further messages with the rest of the deck and talking about your overall energy, which will come from the bottom of the deck. But to start, you guys have the Ten of Swords, the Star, another repeating energy this month, and the Devil, also kind of a repeating energy. We're still in this Neptune Pluto retrograde, and when I do readings, retrogrades bring out repetitive cards a lot. I think other readers have that happen sometimes too, so just noting that for some reason. Maybe some of you are curious, I don't know. But anyway, Ten of Swords, Star, Devil, Aquarius here, and Capricorn here. You could be dealing, don't have to be. Well, I think you're letting yourself off the hook. You're unburdening yourself. You're freeing yourself. You're interested in getting over the bullshit. Letting go of any type of burden, any type of pain, any type of resentment, any type of sadness. There's this shake it off kind of energy. You know, not let bygones be bygones so much, because I feel there is a desire for people who have done you wrong or people that have been difficult in your life, and owning it yourself, Pisces, knowing when you have been difficult, when you haven't been the best or on the up and up, you know. Owning that. But I do feel like there isn't like a, just forgive and forget thing here. It's more of like a, no, we're going to remember and learn. We're going to remember and grow. We're going to remember and reflect. We're not going to let people in our life or situations, circumstances in our life that have been unfair, controlling, overbearing. In some senses, this is a battle with yourself. So there have been issues with temptation. There have been issues with compulsions. There have been issues with addictions that you're just like, no more, no more, no more, right? This Ten of Swords, especially in this deck, is sort of cathartic. It's a change. It's a very changing or changeable feeling, or a changing feeling, not changeable, but a changing feeling. Like in other depictions of the Ten of Swords, the person is down, face down on the ground, those swords are in the back, and it looks like a murder scene, right? This looks like an attempted murder scene. There's a difference, right? There's a difference in those two phrasings, in those two concepts. A murder scene, somebody has been murdered. Attempted murder scene, somebody was, someone attempted to murder someone, but presumably there's a survivor, right? So that's what, now that I've gone through that whole explanation, I feel like maybe some of you have lived through that, and that's incredibly traumatic, and I'm not trying to make light of it, and I'm not trying to, not acknowledge how horrible that could have been, but I feel like there's like they tried to kill me, but here I am. I'm ready to testify. I'm ready to turn evidence in. I'm ready for this person to, it's not retribution and it's not punitive, but I do feel like if you have gone through something incredibly heinous, murder aside, just like something incredibly offensive, and someone has attempted to harm you or attempted to burden you in some type of way, make life difficult for you, I feel like you don't want to bring them justice, but you want to be the assistant to justice. Like, if there's an opportunity to, again, speak truth to power, you're going to do that. Speak truth to an abuser, speak truth to a manipulator, speak truth to somebody who is just rude and obnoxious. You're going to do it. There's like this no more. No more putting up with people's BS. No more putting up with my own BS. Again, for some of you, this is an internal story, yeah? So the star, I'm getting most of that between the Ten of Swords and the star. This star in this deck, one of my favorite depictions of the star amongst tarot decks that I've seen, because it's layered, right? It's showing that the healing, the reflection that we talk about in the star, the spiritual endeavors, the realization or the widening of a perspective, it's in layers, right? You've got that very pale purple at the top, a paler blue, and going into the darker blues and the grays, and then to the black. So it's not gradient per se, although I guess technically maybe it could be gradient. I don't know. I'm not an artist. I don't study color schemes or how colors work. But there is sort of like this progression in the visual of it. There's this progression. And then we get this idea of perspective. She's in the foreground, this silhouette of this woman, right? And then the bird is a little bit further away on the tree branch. And then the star in the sky is even further away. So it's like taking into view everything, the foreground, the background, the super background, taking into account what we're doing here on Earth, what's going on in the cosmos, what's going on in the sky, and really soaking in everything, maybe not all at once, but progressively, being able to accumulate knowledge, accumulate or take steps towards that healing, that gaining of perspective, and getting to this point of saying, you know what? Holding yourself and other people accountable, recognizing the complexity of certain dynamics and relationships, right? For some of you, this is devil energy, Capricorn energy there, could be related to father figure, could be related to family. We do see, what we can presume is an adult devil-like figure, but then the silhouette of the child there as well. So this could be understanding that, parents are parents, but parents are people too. Not to excuse anybody's behavior, not to say, oh, because you were like that as a kid, and that, I hope you get what I'm hinting at here, Pisces. Just because someone was raised poorly is not an excuse for them to treat other people poorly when they're an adult. But it is often the explanation or the reasoning. If you witness, and this could be your own story, if you witness, dysfunction, you often emulate dysfunction, right? It's basic human psychology. And so that realization, coming to that realization, is a release. Is realizing the pain that we've already endured, but then not being trapped by that pain, not being stuck in that pain, saying, okay, I lived through that moment, it was horrible, maybe still I have to deal with people from that moment, from that point in my life, but I'm not held to this. I can have more wider perspective, higher perspective. There's more to this. There's reason to this. There's purpose to this. Even though it was fucked up, even though it was shitty, there's something in this that I am meant to grow from. Yes? Okay, there we go. All right, so let's see what else is going on here for Pisces. If it's not a father figure or anyone in your family, it could be someone in leadership, boss, older sibling, public figure. Like, that's very interesting, public figure. Oh, like maybe for some, there's like a powerful person who you're not working for. It's not like a employee and employer relationship, but just someone of influence, someone of clout out in the world who makes decisions that infect, interesting that I said that. I meant to say affect, but infect or affect your life. Oh, like a doctor. There we go. A doctor. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that. If that makes sense to you, if that resonates with you, you already know it. But let's see what else is going on here. Pisces, what else is happening in this situation for Pisces? Give me further clarification for Pisces in July. All right. We'll see that. Okay. More for Pisces. Show me more. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. Absolutely. I like that. I like that energy. Now, here. It's a little side, but was a little bit askewed in a down energy. Like this. Yeah, okay. They're saying the Fool in reverse. Okay, good. Not good, but like, I'm glad they told me clearly. Okay. And then Fool reverse, Aquarius again, Chariot, Cancer energy, could be dealing, don't have to be, and then the Five of Pentacles. So, it's not easy. What we've talked about so far, all of it, not easy. To live through the trauma, to live through the adversity, to live through the self-betrayal, the addictions, the things in which, the ways in which you have harmed yourself or harmed others. None of that is easy. Five of Pentacles, Fool reversed. But you know something new has to happen. You know something new is on the horizon. You're on the horizon, perhaps, this Chariot energy, with the silhouette being, dead central and kind of coming up over a hill on a skateboard, right? You know you're the integral part in changing this. Now, again, could be self-development, could be relationships with other people, could be your professional life, your personal life, I don't know. But the catalyst is the suffering. The catalyst is the suffering. Which is not always the case. I was just talking with friends about this recently. And this is, again, Psych 101. I'm not a psychologist. Never. It's a lot of work to become one. Or any type of therapist, any type of counselor, right? A lot of work. Kudos to people who do the work. But it's Psych 101, right? To experience trauma and suffering, abuse, and or to just have a bad demeanor and be somebody who hurts others. Both of those things are not catalysts on their own. Many people can live decades, if not their entire life, at suffering abuse at the hands of others. Other people can live their entire lives as abusers. This is not me sympathizing with abusers, but it's to highlight, to shed a light on that. Most people who abuse, unless you're a psychopath or a sociopath, from what I understand, or some other type of personality type in that way, you don't truly derive pleasure from hurting other people. Again, unless you're a psychopath or a sociopath, or maybe even a narcissist, things like this, you usually don't derive pleasure. So if you're a kind of quote-unquote normal person, and you treat people badly, reject people, take advantage of people, manipulate people. Again, not sympathizing, just trying to speak to the complexity of the human condition here. Both sides, the abuser and the abused, presuming nobody's crazy, can live years through those types of interactions, in those types of situations. Suffering and then doling out suffering towards others. Neither side gets pleasure out of it, right? But it's normalized. It's what we accept, or it's all we know. And we don't really know how to attain value some other type of way. Or we don't know how to be validated, truly seen, heard, respected, loved, all that kind of shit. We don't know how to give true love, respect towards other people. Again, I was just talking with people, friends of mine, about this recently. Not in the sense of like abuser and like psychopaths or anything like that, but just the fact that how many people are engaged in loving relationships of family love, relationships of romantic love, platonic love, and all that kind of stuff, but don't really know how to do it. It could be as simple as tit for tat. It could be as simple as, well, now that you've done this, I don't want to do that for you. Tit for tat. Punitive. That's not healthy love. No matter how you slice it, Pisces, love is unconditional. Love is there even when there's anger, resentment, frustration, sadness, jealousy, all those things. And that those other emotions can contend with love, can, like I said earlier, infect love or have temporary influence over it. But if you have a higher level, a more, I don't want to say more mature, but a more elevated, a more evolved level of love, it's quite unconditional. But that's not to say it's pervasive either. And in both, I'm going off on a tangent, but what I'm seeing here is you realize, Pisces, that things have gone on beyond their expiration date, and the exit is necessary. Or if not the exit, the change is necessary. Something's got to give here, where you may have been pervasive towards other people, or you may have been permissive towards people. Whatever it is, can't go on like that. And there's a bit of a fear, full reversed, apprehension, full and reverse apprehension, fear, uncertainty, possibly not having a real plan in place, or backtracking. That's possible. But I feel I feel it can be altered. It can be fixed. Chariot, 5 of Pentacles. I feel this Chariot is determination. I feel this Chariot, again, is new horizons. Knowing potentially some type of travel, some type of motion is necessary. So for some of you, part of this is just getting back out into the world. This is going to new places, seeing new people, or coming back to familiar places if that works for you, whatever. It's like excising, no offense, it's like excising your demons in the middle of like pursuing a hobby or having a good time or consciously admitting, which is another thing I've talked about with my friends recently. Like, oh, I'm totally functionally depressive right now. That's a thing that millions of people are in. I think very generally, Pisces, there's this perception, and again, I'm not a psychologist, so don't take everything I say to the bank here, but I think in general, many people have this idea that depression looks like you're in a room all day, the curtains are drawn, there's no light, there's a funky smell because someone hasn't taken a shower for 5 days, and it's just like somebody who's wallowing. I think those are like the hallmark cards of like depression, or like the poster images of depression. No, baby. A lot of depression looks like smiling on Instagram, right? Showing up for work early, bringing donuts for the team, going to every soccer practice that your kid has, volunteering for bake sales and doing all the shit. Depression looks like that. And that could be what some of you are doing, or what you were doing to cope. Full reverse, 5 of Pentacles. Giving into something and getting nothing in return, or giving into something and still feeling hollow in some type of way, still feeling that pain, still feeling that betrayal, still feeling that loss, still feeling that hurt, that trauma, but smiling in your pictures. Living my best life, doing all that shit. And I'm not trying to accuse anybody of anything, but like that is what depression can look like as well. It's not just, you crawl up into a ball and sleep in the same clothes for 2 weeks. It can look like that, but it also looks like the other thing too. Okay? Overall energy. Hermit right there too. Absolutely. This is transformative or transformative. It's like you're crossing a bridge, Pisces, or you're like this, crossing a body of water in like a boat. You're on the way to the other side of this thing. On the way to the other side of whatever we're talking about. Maybe it's depression. Maybe it's, coming to terms with dysfunctional, harmful relationships, coming to terms with, getting over what do you call it? Transversing. Yes, thank you. Or traversing, not transversing. Traversing your own self-doubt, your own self-sabotage, whatever we're talking about. Six of Swords. It's knowing the baggage you have, leaving what you don't need, but knowing that some of that baggage is going to have to come with you. There's some things that you can't fully leave behind. And being aware that, okay, I do have these issues. They're not solved, but they're not going to hold me back. Like I was saying earlier, not going to be held down. Not going to continually allow trauma and bad relationships or, traumatic and dysfunctional relationships act like a ball and chain to you, like keep you ugh. Again, like going back to this idea of like attempted murder scene, like I saw like a cartoon and like scenes in movies where you tie someone with a heavy object and you throw them off of a bridge into a body of water in hopes to drown them. Knowing that some remnants of those types of situations are going to stay with you, and there's nothing you can do about it, but just like being aware it's still a work in progress, being aware that I'm making progress and I am a work in progress, not expecting perfection, but definitely not wallowing and accepting the worst of the worst and the shittiest of circumstances. Absolutely not. Hermit behind that definitely signals and partners a bit with the Star card and the Chariot, this idea of progress, this idea of progression, this idea of taking the necessary steps, incremental steps to getting to your healing, okay? Pisces, that's going to be your reading for July. If you like this reading, hit the like button. If you want to leave a comment, let me know how it resonated with you. I would love to read it. Go ahead and leave it down below as well. And if you want to subscribe to the channel because you haven't done so before and you want to be a cool, nice person, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay? Pisces, I'll be back soon with your mid-July readings. If you want to get at me for a personal before then, you can check out how to do so in the description box, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.